All right, man. Let's talk about Lions. Talk about what they've done in free agency so far. Talk about CJ Gardner-Johnson signing, Jamaal Williams being gone, Jalen Carter still an option, and running back still a need. So we're gonna knock this out. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget you can listen to this on Spotify, Anchor. They changed the name of Anchor. I think it's called Podcasters for Spotify now, some stuff like that. But be about 6, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate everybody for rolling through. So don't forget when you go over to Spotify, rate the podcast. It's 100% free to rate the podcast. Best thing you can do right now, listen to live or replay, is thumbs up the video. Appreciate that. Share it with somebody as well. But yeah, yesterday got CJ Gardner-Johnson. 1 year, $6.5 million guaranteed. I believe it was $8 million. Could be worth at least $8 million. Don't understand why he fell in the draft. I think he went the third or fourth round. Don't understand why he was still in there for out free agency. Durability might be one reason, one concern. I think he played 12 games last year. Got injured the year before last. He played about 12 games as well too. So durability might be an attitude problem. He did throw the defensive coordinator under the bus. Everybody knew he was trash, though. I know people in Philly that was happy that he got hired by Arizona. You know, they got one of the Patriot dudes in Arizona. You know, they don't know what they're doing, and they keep, getting jobs throughout the NFL. But it was a good pickup. I mean, you gotta remember Tracy Walker was a cornerback at University of Louisiana Lafayette. So people forget that he was playing on the outside, man-to-man coverage. He can slide into the nickel. He already running 4 months after having a torn Achilles. So he back running. Kirby Joseph, one of them dudes that's great at playing the deep half of the field, center or one half. So he's a great ball hawk, great ball skills. The position ain't all that difficult to play. It's just that you the last line of defense in a lot of situations. So if you bite and you miss, that could be a touchdown. Or if you miss a tackle, that could be a touchdown. You blow an assignment, that could be a touchdown. That was the thing about Troy Polamalu. Like, he had hella instincts, but every blue moon he was wrong, it would expose into a big play. And you seen him cheating in the Super Bowl versus the Green Bay Packers. That's why, the Packers went with that route. It was a fly route from the slot, inside slot, the very inside. They had 3 receivers one way, 2 to the other way, or something like that. There was something like that. And Greg Jennings was on the sideline telling Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers that if I run the corner route, he can't get there. And, he was right. He ran the corner route and, he couldn't get there. But, it's just integral parts about it. That's why people kind of prefer Ed Reed a little bit. He was more technical. Palomalu was everywhere, though. He was wrong every now and again, but he made some big plays, man. And Kirby Joseph is just one of them dudes that just got to continue to get complete, continue to work in the run game. But his deep half of the field and Tracy Walker active in the box, it's a great fit. And Walker can cover. That's the crazy thing about it. He's really, really good at covering. He really good at covering in college. So as a safety, he should, come in the NFL and be able to cover and do those things. And it was a good pickup. Gardner-Johnson can hit. He a missile. He can pick it. He can play the inside corner. I think on one of his things, he was listed as a let me pull it up because I don't know why. RLB, is that a right linebacker? They got him to play a linebacker. So, I mean, that new Joker position that what's my man's name? Mark Barron kind of like Deion Buchanan. They didn't really last in the league too long anyway, but kind of that position in which kind of Mark Barron made famous is a hybrid linebacker, hybrid safety, so but he could do it all, put him in the box, put him in the nickel, obviously playing that Joker linebacker position. So yeah, it's he, he's versatile. And Tracy Walker could take his time getting back, but you know what you're getting with Walker. And now if you could put one of them at the nickel back position, Walker is great at tackling. Gardner-Johnson great at tackling as well too. Big hit, so you can play a little bit more nickel and still have a little bit of more little run support and not compromise too much in the run support. So I think it was their best signing yet, to be honest. I mean, the other guys I'm not too familiar with other than David Montgomery, which was a great pickup as well too. Um, and they making moves. A lot of times this wasn't a chance that they would normally take on corners. I mean, on guys like this, they usually look the other way and they just never made the routine plays. That's why kind of the reason why for the Brown Holmes, I really wasn't even mad about him kind of taking chance on injury players. The Lions just don't be taking chances at all. And he took some chances. He took a chance on James Houston, who, got into some trouble in college. That's why he ended up from Florida to Jackson State. So you got to take chances, dude. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that with Jalen Carter. You got to take them chances. And I see a lot of people like the Khalid Casey dude because he ran fast. Like, you got to get out of the mindset because the motherfucker blew up the combine that he a problem. The Lions need somebody that's inside. The Lions need somebody on the inside who ain't gonna get pushed around either, like that dude from Pitt. Like I said, I ain't mad at it, but like that dude from Pitt, he's small. He ain't Aaron Donald. No matter how much y'all want to close your eyes because he from Pitt and say he from Aaron Donald, but he ain't Aaron Donald. As much as the Lions do need a pass rusher on the inside and need to be athletic up front, they need somebody that can do it all. They need somebody that can be a 3-down interior lineman. They need a Dominican Sue. That's what they need. So, you got a lot of people, hyping him up and because the motherfucker ran fast and the dude from Northwestern because he ran fast or whatever the situation may be. That don't really mean nothing. That kid get pushed around a lot, and that's not what you need, especially when at that 3 technique spot you lacking. It's really boiled down to whoever you get in the draft and Josh Pascal. And whoever you're going to slide Aiden Hudson only could do so much in there. Guys like Bugs and Liam McNeil, they more run stoppers, in my opinion. They more run stoppers. But back to CJ Gardner before I kind of get, kind of down to, Jalen Carter real quick. But yeah, this is a great signing. It was common sense. I think it'll work. Give Tracy Walker some time to get back in there. Guy that led the NFL in picks. Kirby Joseph had a hell of a year taking the ball away. That was what he was known to do in Illinois. Like I said before, defensive backfield became a strength pretty fast. It's become a strength. So I think for them, it's just going to be about gelling. And really, I don't think taking a cornerback early day 1 or day 2 is off the board neither. Jeff Okudah could be gone. He could be to the streets real quick, fast, and in a hurry. He could be to the streets. He could be fighting with Jerry Jacobs, fighting with a rookie for a spot. So he got to continue to improve coming off the Achilles. I like what he did last year. I think the head injury kind of like set him back a little bit, but they got talent out there. They got versatility. Don't forget they got Melifano who playing safety who can play corner. So, you got, CJ Gardner-Johnson who can play a little bit of nickelback. You got Tracy Walker in college who played outside corner, can slide and play nickelback. So, they got a lot of just versatility there. And right now for Jeff Okudah, he going to have to take another jump. And I expect him to take another jump. Will he go if he going to go out there and be the Lions' number 1 corner? I don't know about none of that, but I think he could be a damn good number 2 corner, And I think one more year off that Achilles, I think he might be even better. Sorry, it's Mason. He might be even better. So you got to see Streetwise Television salute, Trey salute, Magic Moment salute, John Bradshaw salute, Renardo salute, Gregory what's going on? He said a Raw podcast. He said what up? He's going to be our star nickelback. I wonder. I don't know. We're gonna be playing safety. I don't know if Walker gonna be ready just yet. He said re-sign Shark. Did they? I don't see nothing about that. I don't even think you got to at this point. He making life decisions. Obviously, he don't want to be here. So you can go draft a rookie for a little bit of shit for nothing. So if you want to go to Carolina, go to Carolina. But if not, you hurry up and make a decision. If not, man, the Lions was already scouting receivers at the draft. So I told y'all that. Bro. I mean, you like the cohesiveness that he built with Jared Goff, but like I said before, you can draft. You can draft a receiver and still be good. So it's a bunch of them. So also like Maisie Smith, Keanu Benton. If I can't get Carter, Tooley is a guy that can play inside outside. It was in the Pac-12 Player of the Year. Yeah, Maisie Smith, the one that got caught with the burner. Dolomite salute, saying they should. I don't think they have to, bro. I let that motherfucker walk. He taking too much time. Like he think he Odell Beckham. Yeah, receivers a dime a dozen. They are. You would like to bring them back. Athletic guy can stretch the field. Got a good rapport with old buddy. But if not, he want to be here. He want to be here. If he don't, he don't. But yeah, Gardner-Johnson, good pickup. But you would have to go get a receiver, an outside receiver that you can trust. And talking about Shark real quick. Let me see. If you did want to dip in a free agent pool, I don't know who out there. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Odell Beckham. I'm just being real. And more, whatever. But I mean, Robbie Anderson had a hell of a downfall. I thought he'd be a good player, but didn't work with Kyler Murray in the middle of the season. But when he's a great deep threat. They all trending around the same age. Shark just so young. That's what you like about him. Marvin Jones Jr., no thank you. N'Keal Harry, no thank you. Rashad Perriman, when he already here, no thank you. Isaiah McKenzie might be a guy I would look at if I did. But more than likely, I'll go to the draft. Demarcus Robinson, was it him or no, it was McCall Hardman who turned down the opportunity playing Detroit? Yeah, if it's me, bro, I'll probably dig in the draft. Real quick to speak on Shark, I'll probably dig in the draft, man. And I mean, you got you got some talent there. Tankathon got Jackson Smith and Jigba. They got him number one. I ain't heard that. From what I heard, man, which I ain't been too close to the street in this draft. I heard Jordan Addison is the best. That's what I hear. I like that kid from Tennessee too. He can play. So he ran a 4.49. Jordan Addison, 5'11", a little bit undersized, I guess, for his 40 time, but I ain't worried about that. He can play. That's from what I hear. Quentin Johnson, 6'3", in college always line. Guy got a great vertical though, so he didn't run the 40 for whatever reason. Not sure what his game tape say. Jack Smith and Jigba didn't play much last year, I don't think, but set the Big Ten record. So a lot of these dudes choosing not to run. I think he might have been coming off an injury or whatever. But yeah, I think he set the Big Ten record for receiving yards, 1,606. So 6 foot. I mean, that kid from Tennessee pretty good too. I like him a lot too. So I mean, they got some options, man, all through here, and there's options. I'm pretty sure there's some other good guys down there as well too. So there's options. So don't mean necessarily say you got to do it in the first round or the second round. We know Brad Holmes is known for being able to be really, really good in the middle of those rounds as well too. So, but yeah, they are a dime a dozen. But yeah, Shark, like I said before, Shark probably want to be in warm weather. He from Louisiana. But I don't know how much you can trust Jameson Williams next year to cut and Josh Reynolds, who kind of been banged up here and there, to carry the load vertically. St. Brown can do a little bit of everything. So can Jameson Williams, but we're not talking about just vertically stretching the field, and that's critical for Jared Goff because he a dink and dack type dude. When he throw the ball downfield in the dome, it's straight. It don't look natural. It don't look like he got the strongest arm. We were spoiled by Matthew Stafford having the cannon, but you need them. You need them dudes. You need them dudes. that can get vertical. You know, he need him, we need him. You know, so we need him. So, but I mean, like I said before, um, gonna be value for receiver. I mean, that Tennessee kid, Jalen Hyatt, man, I like him a lot. So it's gonna be value all through there for a receiver. But if DJ Shark want to come back, it'll be nice. He want to go on with Carolina with Adam Thielen and whoever gonna be the quarterback, which they are leaning towards CJ Stroud, which I'm not gonna give my opinion on that. They going with Stroud. They going with Stroud. So I think if I had to rank the quarterbacks, I think Bryce Young by far. The size would it worry me? I mean, him going to Houston worry you in general. It's a shit show. Another guy, another team ran by a shitty owner and the Patriot guy. So yeah, you kind of worry about that. I wouldn't want to. I would say I'm not going to Houston if I'm Bryce Young. You know, the city is going up. It's like the new Atlanta of the South. A lot of room for development. Um, you know, but I wouldn't go there if I was him. Um, I think whoever go to Houston, dude, like their career gonna fail. The city owner, see what they did to Deshaun Watson, Patriot GM. So, if me personally, I would say no, I'm not going there. That's me. Said Bryce Ford Wheaton receiver and Cedric Tillman from Tennessee. There's another Tennessee kid in there. Oh yeah. Two of them. Yeah, that's the taller one. Yeah. I like the higher kid though. But yeah, Brad Holmes will find the right guy. So I like Terry Perry from Wake Forest. If we don't get Shark back, kid from Wake Forest. Okay, him got some good numbers, bro. Late, kind of a little bit late developer. But yeah, was I gonna show us highlights without getting flagged? They got him going to Kansas City. Motherfucker gonna be a superstar. He go there. He said AT Terry, nice. I'm pretty sure shout out to Man Beats more subscribe to him too. So it seems like the Chiefs are out on the Shark and the Panthers jump back in the sweepstakes Shark. Either resign him. Man, nobody got time for him playing like he LeBron now. If he was smart, dude, that dude would go to Kansas City, bro. He don't want to play in the cold. That's what I'm thinking of. If he was smart, he'd go to Kansas City, bro. He'd make $1 billion fucking after playing with Patrick Mahomes, bro. I didn't know Juju Smith-Schuster was that trash. That nigga was trash last year over there. He lost my fantasy league too. Quentin Johnson, not a bad pickup. Johnston. Let me see which one is here. I don't see him. What do he play? Oh, right here. Oh, yeah, the TCU kid. Yeah. I like him too. Michael Mike, salute. Subscribe to Michael Mike. Wide receiver class, not that good. Jackson Smith for Jigba is a slot guy. I mean, I can't say it ain't that good. I mean, I guess they ain't running fast as everybody else, but I really ain't tripping on that, man. But when the Jigba healthy, he put numbers up though, for sure. He do put some numbers up. B Taylor, what's going on, bro? Let me know if you want to get on, man. Hit me up on something or whatever you prefer: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Come on, man. This nigga been MIA, bro. Him and my man's that was a Killian fan. I ain't seen him since. J Cash, salute. He said listening on the way home. To tell the legendary. I thought my man from Woodward ran you off these streets, cuz. Thought my man from Woodward Sports, man, ran you off the streets. I had to go up there and check him. He said I will not be shocked if we draft a quarterback. I'm not. I mean, it's a luxury pick. It's a luxury pick. I keep telling y'all that. And they got picks to move back up in the draft too, bro. They got picks to move back in the draft. So, they can do whatever. They can get picks next year. Yeah, they can get picks next year, bro. I mean, they could take some of them picks and get first round next year. Yeah, they can move up, they can move down, they can move around. Whatever they really want to do, they can do it, bro. But they don't really. The thing about free agency, Emmanuel Mosley, Cam Sutton, David Montgomery, Gardner-Johnson. Now, let me pull it up. What they did was they don't have a weakness as far as a big weakness. Brad Holmes did He's a customary broken down player with Emmanuel Mosley, but I just think it made too much sense. Um, I just think it made too much sense. Everybody else healthy coming in the backfield too, other than Tracy Walker. So, and everybody liking what they doing. You getting guys that turn the football over. So, I mean, you got Gardner-Johnson. I'm gonna talk about Jamaal in a second. Hold on, let me see, man. Hold on, Gardner-Johnson. I'm gonna talk about Montgomery too when I get to Williams. Can nobody just give me a list of guys they signed? Everybody got to give you something else. Hold on. So, let me get to the guys: Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, David Montgomery. I love the Graham Glasgow bringing them back. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They released Michael Brockers. They did bring back Craig Reynolds, Matt Nelson, Isaiah Buggs, John Kaminsky. Love that. Alex Anzalone, Charles Harris, C.J. Moore, special teams guy. The kicker, Michael Bagley. They did let go to Sean Elliott, Jamal Williams, Evan Brown, Chris Board. Nate Suffield still remains unsigned. So, I mean, they drafting somebody. Now, a lot of people like that Hendon Hooker dude. But if you're not gonna bring back a Nate Suffield, then I mean they got to bring in another backup. To be honest, you got a dude coming off another ACL injury. They got to bring up a backup, bro. So, me personally, he older, athlete. You know, I like what he did at Tennessee. They offense maybe not so much pro style, bro. So I can't really say. I've seen some things they do, but the NFL kind of going into the spread or whatever. But if that's the guy they like. They talked to him at the Senior Bowl, the assistant GM. So yeah, he talked to him at the Senior Bowl. I read the article. So, yeah, whoever float the boat at quarterback for them, or they want to wait, see who win the Trey Lance sweepstakes. They want to try to take a crack at Zach Wilson. They got a chance. I mean, hey, they can do whatever they want to do. But I think most people are attracted to Anthony Richardson. You see somebody 6'4.5", 244. But it's gonna need some time to develop, straight up and down. I mean, Hendon Hooker, had an amazing year last year. Had a couple really good years in Tennessee in the revival there. Obviously, if Bryce Young there at 6, I don't think the Lions hesitate. They take him. I just think physically he need to be built up a little bit. You look at how all these other guys weigh in. Tanner McKee almost 6'7", 231, bro. Hendon Hooker 6'3.5", 217. Will Levis 6'4", 230. Anthony Richardson 6'4.5", 244. CJ Stroud is the second, slightest built, 6'3", 214. And the one thing you don't concern about Stroud is he don't run. You really gonna have to bring a gun for him to run. He just refused to run. He just he want to prove that he a pocket quarterback. But being 204 and 5'10, Tua wish he would have built up his physical strength a little bit. How it reminds me of Mike Wallace or Will Fuller. I like both of them. Hit me up if you hit me up on social media. I seen the link. He says, I was really impressed with Bryce Wheaton for tape, wide receiver. He said, hey, me at Wilbur Sports. He said, next year, the receivers, though, Marvin Harrison. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, he a fucking problem. Like, he one of them superstar daddies who can really still play. That's a rarity. Like, his height, like, real talk. Like, he probably going to be a top 5 pick minimum. Next year, we'll see. Yeah, he probably going to be, man, he might be number 2 overall. Yeah, he a fucking problem. His daddy was a gangster, though. I ain't gonna get into his daddy background either. Fax is a luxury pick. Just Core taking a pay cut might set him to bring up DJ Shark. I mean, he ain't worth that much though right now. Really, like that. So how you feel about the DJ? I just said it. Too small. He ain't Aaron Donald. I If you told me that Anazorki would come back and give you something, I wouldn't have no problem. I don't really. I mean, do what you do. I'm still probably Super Bowl or bust. I can't say that yet, bro. Black 313. But talk about it's for me. They need somebody to get up feeling pass rush. But if you can, if you can get him, to be better at stopping the run, then maybe I'm not mad at it, but I'm not doing it at 6. I'm gonna talk about Jalen Carter. I'm just gonna roll the dice. Real talk. I'm gonna just roll the dice, bro. And the one thing about getting dudes around 300 pounds, man. One thing you don't want them dudes to be is lazy and content. And it's hard not to say. It's hard not to say because you give somebody that much money, he already made a piss poor decision with a number of people, wasn't thinking about his future. So I mean, it's hard to argue making the case for him. To be honest, it's hard to make a case for him. I will say that it's hard to make a case for Jalen Carter because of his position he play and his weight. You don't want him to be. You can take a little laziness from a defensive end. You know what I'm saying? You can take a little laziness and divish from the wide receiver, but when you talking about a guy over 300 pounds, laziness can turn from 320 to 360, and then what? The beauty of him is how physical and violent he is in his well-rounded game. But in my opinion, there's a drop-off from Wilson, Anderson, Bryce Young, and Jalen Carter. There's a significant drop-off. And if you had to ask me, and I haven't seen all these dudes play, but I've seen some of the top guys play. But if you had to ask me, if them dudes ain't there, more than likely I will move out of there. But if I had to stay there, and let's say we say no cornerback, whatever. If I had to stay there, bro, it's probably gonna be Myles Murphy or DB at that point. If I felt like I had to stay there, it's probably gonna be Myles Murphy or a DB or a cornerback. If I had, and I hate to take a corner that high, but you asked me what I feel about Will Levis. I seen some of his tape. I'm in love with quarterbacks with big arms. He got a cannon for an arm. I mean, I can't lie. What he does well. He does really, really well off the play action, getting them on the boot. The play action, he actually be a great fit or great replacement for Jared Goff. A little bit got some athleticism, but he ain't as careful as Jared Goff. And what you gotta ask yourself, put him in his offense. I mean, can you get him? Can you get him to stay healthy, which is a red flag? And can you get him to kind of be like Jared Goff and be a little bit more careful with the football? We seen Jameson Williams come into the NFL with a lot of turnovers. That didn't change. So really, man, I really do think that I think it's one of them. If I would I take a chance on Anthony Richardson? Yeah, I would. There's a lot of physical talent there, but it's gonna have to be a lot of patience. It's a lot of pay. But Myles Murphy would be the next kind of guy that y'all probably would like, in my opinion. What up, though? He said, "Do you think Romeo or structure his deal?" Might say, "No, I wouldn't say that." I don't think they got the balls to pull up Lamar Jackson. I told myself I wasn't gonna speak about it this episode. He said, "I have a feeling they're going to sign Teddy Bridgewater." Remember, yeah. Charlie CJ Gardner-Johnson was another New Orleans Saint. I forgot that. Who you like more, Malik Willis or Stroud? Malik Willis. I still gonna like Malik Willis over Stroud. I just don't see it, bro. I don't. I mean, I just see him feasting on lesser competition. That's what I see from him. And when he playing big game, I mean, he played a good game versus Georgia. He started using his fucking. Maybe if he loses his legs, I mean, I don't know, man. He hard to gauge, bro. He hard, but I think it's a gap. It's like Bryce Young and like Dan him. So I think it's a big gap, bro. But I just when I see him playing those, those big games, he's trash, bro. And the Big Ten got a lot of fillers in it, bro. A lot of trash teams in it. So I'm willing to be patient. Well, you're gonna have to. I mean, he do some things. I mean, but if not, they want to wait another year, so be it. I ain't tripping. That Gonzalez kid pretty good too. You can't call him Jamarcus. Why do people keep calling him Jamarcus Russell, bro? Jamarcus Russell, they knew Jamarcus Russell had a drug addiction. Y'all do know Jamarcus Russell had a drug addiction, right? I just hate how y'all like to compare black to black and white to white all the time. Y'all do know Jamarcus Russell had a drug addiction that everybody knew about. Y'all do know that, right? Jamarcus Russell had a whole drug addiction. So how we gonna call a kid and Anthony Richardson and compare him to Jamarcus Russell? Jamarcus Russell had a whole lean addiction, bro. Come on, and they still drafted him and overlooked his lean addiction. So you can't compare that kid to Jamarcus Russell, bro, at all. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful, bro. And he ain't getting no trouble in college that we know of, and he stayed at home for college. So come on. See, I think Ohio State course quarterback not to run because Fields Ohio State didn't run. Well, they did. You know, they had a lot of. I mean, I guess you're talking about under the new guy. You might be right. Fields smart not to run, bro. But he had to run in Chicago this year if he wanted to be alive. He had to run. That motherfucking Fields is a problem. They got mad because I said I'd take Fields over Jared Goff. I sure would. Y'all can be mad at me all y'all want to. And I don't even like Ohio. I don't even consider him Ohio State. I consider him an SEC quarterback. I don't care. I fuck with Justin Fields tough. He a fucking problem. I don't care. I hate the Bears, but I fuck with Dog, bro. Dog a problem. Dog, did they get him some more? What they done this offseason? They did some shit this offseason. You know, they got Claypool, David, DJ Moore, and I like the other kid too, Moody. You know, to get him some protection. They was trying to get Orlando Brown. It didn't work. So yeah, they didn't get no other body neither either. That I forget who can't see the replacement. Yeah, but yeah, he a problem, bro. The Lions had to get more athletic in their front seven, bro. I think they're gonna go for that Simpson linebacker kid out of Clemson. Is it for him? They got to get more athletic up front, bro. You know, you like Harris, you like Romeo Core, but they older guys, bro. They gonna have to get more athletic, bro. And I understand why y'all like the kid from Northwestern and all that, but you know, because Tracy Walker was the only reason that Philadelphia didn't put up 100 points on them last year. They started putting them in the box, and that gave them. They got to get more athletic in that front seven. Aiden Hudson, James Houston is going. You know, Josh Pascal. Hopefully, get something from Anazorki. You know, in that middle linebacker, they gonna have to get more athletic than Anazoni, bro. I'm just telling you, Marco Rodriguez is cool. You know, but they gotta get that should be one of their number one goals is just athleticism all around. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get more athletic, bro. And one of the reasons you're gonna beat Justin Fields is with pressure right up his face, right up the middle of his face, and flushing him out. And that's why you like a guy like Tyree Wilson, Will Anderson, Miles Murphy. That's why you like guys like that, you know, long, athletic, freak guys. If you gonna stop Justin Fields, you know, it's gonna be pressure up the middle, right? It's gonna be pressure up the middle, and it's gonna be athletic defensive ends that can set the edge. And as long as it got to put a couple players on Tyree Wilson tape where he getting blocked, but he reaches around the tackle. And he's so strong and he's so rangy that he just tackles the quarterback. That motherfucker's a freak, bro. He might end up being the best player in this draft, bro. That dude's a fucking athletic freak, dude. That dude a problem. I'd say that, bro. I was like, man, somebody from Texas Tech. I was like, man, I got to see this for myself. That's the first person I probably looked at, to be honest. I like Texas Tech. I was like, man, shit, man. Yeah, he is a fucking problem, bro. he is a problem. If he learned to develop some pass rushing skills, it's over with. That kid a problem, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That kid, man, a problem. I like Miles Murphy too, though, but I think he might be better than Will Anderson too, bro, in the long run. I could be wrong. I'm a fucking problem. He said, yeah, plus laziness from defensive tackles, they're dangerous. Yeah, it is. And then you got him being, so you really got to dig deep and do your homework. Carter has Zion with. No, I'm gonna tell you about Zion, bro. When you sit there and your family and these new parents, bro, is trash, bro. But when you sit here and your parents, like Michael Jordan had never been. I don't know. Y'all probably gonna see that movie Air. I don't really care to see it unless I get bored. I'm looking towards Mario Brothers. But then again, Shazam 2 was good too. Don't let them like tell you it wasn't. It was real good. But anytime, Michael Jordan would have never signed with Nike if it wasn't for his parents make him sit down and do a meeting with Nike. Your parents supposed to tell you to do the right thing. Try it out. If you like New Orleans, you like it. When time comes, if you want to leave. He wanted to start playing when they made the playoffs last year. Then he wanted to come back this year with a pep in the step. One thing about the human tongue is very strong. Once you put something out in the universe like that, bro, guess what? You ain't want to be there. Guess what? As soon as you want to be there, guess what the universe say? Nope, you injured. So his energy and his energy and him saying he don't want to be in New Orleans, the universe made that shit happen real quick, fast, in a hurry. That's his fault. And when your parents sit there and they perpetuate that shit around and they don't stop it before you really start to live it and carry yourself. When did JJ Redick, who had left and was saying, yeah, I think it might have been somebody in New Orleans had left and said that, he didn't want to fucking be there and he had to pull him to the side and shit. So that is what it is, bro. As a parent, dude, you supposed to make sure your kids have the adequate advice to do the right thing. And when time comes, you tell them, this ain't the ideal situation, but you know what? Make the most of it. Go out there and be the best you can be. And if the time comes, if you don't want to be here no more, you make that decision. But you go out there and make it the best of it. And guess what? His parents, these new age parents, stepdaddy, mama, oh, he don't want to be here. We ain't got to be here. And guess what? The motherfucker gonna be sitting next to Greg Oldham, singing that Skilo song. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Why are you reading info from Tankathon there? I'm just hey, I like the info. I don't necessarily get into the scouting department. I just like the interface. Using NFL.com, it's just running a little slow for me. That's why I never play fantasy. So I'm just reading the information. So yeah. And I will use NFL.com. It's just a little bit choppy historically. Truth be told, Josh Allen was not great at Wyoming. He struggled his first couple seasons until he got Stephon Diggs. It was about potential. Big, strong kid, though. Big, strong kid, strong arm. Malik, I don't know what Malik gonna do. Tennessee seemed like they rebuilding, bro. So it's tough. We don't got the weaponry. They think all black quarterbacks are the same. I mean, yeah. I used to think all white quarterbacks look like Troy Aikman when I was a kid. Our video coming about that other channel. Phil's gonna be dangerous. Yeah, he gonna be real dangerous. I ain't gonna lie. If he learn, he could throw from the pocket. It's just gonna be, Chicago, man. When they had Trubisky, dude, they just wasn't committing to using David Montgomery enough, too, man. I'm gonna talk about him pretty soon. I'm gonna make sure we touch on. We touched on pretty much everything, but the running back and the running back. So that's what we kind of gonna end off with the last half hour. You see, I think it's a deep defensive class. If Carter not there, 6 is trade back situation, or you get multiple for. Yeah, I mean, it gotta be somebody trade up for. You know who they gonna trade up for. It's probably gonna be Anthony Richardson. But if not, you stay there. I think it's between Miles Murphy, if the guy's there, or it's between Christian Gonzalez. And like I said, if it's Christian Gonzalez, Jeff Okudah on the clock. He said you spitting that with Richardson and Russell compares Richardson remind me of Josh Allen. I was like, yeah. You gotta think about, man, dude, Jamarcus Russell was on lean, bro. I respect him for all them years not coming out telling his story, but he got a lot of people don't understand, man. Man, we get a bad rap, man. We supposed to just not go through shit. We supposed to be unhappy, make sure everybody else happy. Don't nobody give a fuck about you, and you supposed to just. That's why niggas be cheating, bro. Oh, you hit me up, my bad. That's why niggas be cheating, dude. I don't see you hit me up on social media. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat, bro. I ain't really tripping about it. That's what I do is go out there and cheat, bro. That's what I always make sure, dude. I do shit for myself, bro. Real talk. That's why I always make sure I do shit for myself, bro. I always make sure I'm good, bro. Every once in a while, bro, because motherfuckers don't appreciate shit you do for real. Real talk. That's why, I do some shit for myself, take care of myself, all that shit. I'll keep it real with y'all. Shit, you keep worried about everybody else, and everybody else is, you die, they cry, and the next thing you know, them eating the whole repast meal over your casket. Motherfuckers don't be caring about men, dog. If y'all don't take care of yourself, take care of yourself, man. Go get y'all feet done and all that shit. Go to the doctor, all that shit, man. Y'all, we deserve to live a long, prosperous life too, bro. Yeah, I just put it in the chat, bro. He said we just lost cornerback Mike Hughes. He signed. Oh, shout out. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's why you got Chauncey Gardner. I mean, you got Jerry J. You got some guys that can go into the slot. They signed the other kid too, the McCain kid. I don't think he's gonna compete in the slot. Chase Lucas, don't forget he's still there. So yeah. Chase Lucas still there. My Charleston White boys. Yeah. Russell Richard comes to stupid. You're right. He reminds me of John. Okay. My chat restarted, so I'm my bad. My chat restarted. So excuse me. It resets sometimes. I don't think Zion didn't want to be there. No, he just didn't call. No, it wasn't McCall. He didn't want to be there, bro. His whole family was saying that shit, bro. Yeah, it was a big thing. He don't want to be there, bro. He didn't want to start playing until they got injured, until they made the playoffs. Excuse me. I don't care about no damn Mike Hughes. Wow, but yeah, let's talk about Jamaal, bro. So it was conflicting reports. I mean, people treating him like Barry Sanders, but I'm gonna tell you why. He was one of the few vocal leaders that the Lions had in quite some time, bro. Calvin wasn't vocal. He says acting funny. Just keep jumping and jumping back out if you could do it that way. He was hard knock helping rise to stardom. He was a vocal leader. He brought energy. You got to understand, who was the last Lions vocal leader, bro? Cool. Calvin wasn't one, and Dominican wasn't one. DeAndre Levy wasn't one. Matthew Stafford wasn't one. I couldn't even call Kyle Van Bosch one. The Dominican Sue wasn't one. Kyle Van Bosch pretty much led by example. But he did have that defensive line making 20 tackles 20 yards down the field, dude. I'm surprised that dude ain't in coaching. So a lot of people got attached to Jamaal Williams. He got attached to him, bro, because it was something that we hadn't had. And I think it's not about the touchdowns that's lost with Jamaal Williams at all. It's about the leadership, bro. It's about that vocal leader. We all dogs and all that. We gonna miss that shit, bro. I ain't even gonna front. We gonna miss that dog. And he was tough. He couldn't really, I don't think he really was acclimated to playing a full 16, but I don't think mentally that was his role. I don't think mentally that's what he was. Oh, she about to get beat. Hold on. No, I'm not about to beat her. She about to get in trouble. Hold on real quick. I was beat Taylor hop on. She about to get in trouble. Whoa. Mama. Come here, Mama. Please. Whoa. My bad. I tried to leave her in the kitchen. She on her period. I got to separate the boys and the girls. So I got two boy dogs. I got a pit, a Chihuahua mini pin. I got a mini pin girl. I'm sorry. And she on her period. So she's standing in the kitchen. And she knocked some shit down. Ain't shit break. So I apologize for that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. The pit is the saint. At all. He's the saint. Man, the Saints fans they signed God, I swear. I mean, he had 17 touchdowns last year. I just think from an emotional standpoint, It was something that we hadn't had, bro. Player for player, him and David Montgomery. David Montgomery was, they ended up running to Khalil. What's his name? Khalil Herbert last year. Um, hell of a player. I think David Montgomery a better player. I just don't think they utilized him good enough. Coming, with Matt Nagy and them. Every time he would get going, they would just want to pass the ball with Mitchell Trubisky. He's been fairly durable, I believe. He could break a lot of tackles. I hated playing against him. You know what I'm saying? So, I hated playing against him. But I mean, now they got to give him a change of speed back. But Jamaal Williams, yeah, we're gonna miss him, bro, from an emotional standpoint of view. Real talk. Yeah, we're gonna miss him from an emotional standpoint of view. But running, I don't think he was like really mentally prepared to be the lead back. I thought he probably thought him and Jamaal Williams him and DeAndre Swift was gonna form this Ron Dane, Tiki Barber thing, Thunder and Lightning type of thing. You know, but he ended up, really taking the lead last year. But with David Montgomery, I think he got a little bit more burst, more durability, run with a little bit more a lot more power. And I just think the only mistake the Lions truly can make at this point is depending on DeAndre Swift out the backfield. They gotta lead this offseason with a change of pace back. And if it's one of the smaller backs in the draft, what's the little short dude's name? It's like two of them. Of course, they ran well. They weigh nothing. I forget they don't Tankathon. They don't have them on. Yeah, here you go, Devon, the dude from Texas A&M. I think we gotta leave somebody with a change of pace back. That's what I think. They gotta get a change of pace back. So you can't just depend on DeAndre Swift no more. I heard they say, well, they want to utilize him as much as possible. And man, we didn't went through that. We didn't went through that door already. You like Gibbs from Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. He can receive the ball too. I like Bijan Robinson and Zach Charbonnet. That kid from Tulane, man, I hear a lot of from Louisiana. My Louisiana people, they love Tajay Spears too out of Tulane. He might be a guy to keep your eye on too. But yeah, I like Zach Charbonnet a lot too. But I just think Charbonnet is, he more of a all-purpose back. He more of he ain't slow. He more of a bruiser. I'm mad when Michigan got rid of him, dude. I'm like, what y'all doing? Yeah, Dave. Oh, yeah, whatever. How you pronounce that name? But they need they need somebody they can depend on from the change of speed standpoint of view. And that's what Jamaal Williams didn't get a chance to benefit from. I mean, DeAndre Swift looked good, early in the season. Then he got injured. It was never the same. Towards the end, he started to pick it up a little bit, but you just can't continue to count on him. So, running backs, diamonds in the rough. Kid from Houston, Pierce last year, diamond in the rough. Khalil Herbert was a guy that Chicago found a couple years ago, diamond in the rough. You can find backs out there. But Robinson is special, though. He kind of put you in a mindset of Amir Abdullah, but bigger, explosive, too. They was concerned about his 40 time. He ran a 4.46. He damn near 6 foot. To do it in the passing game, too. He going to be a hot commodity. Don't be surprised he don't creep in that top 15 range. But, yeah, I like him a lot. Amir Abdullah had the lateral movement. He just didn't have the physical, strength or the straight line speed neither. So, I mean, I think Bijan Robinson, Detroit's a great fit. I think you can do a lot of things with David Montgomery. But he needs somebody that can take the top off. And they need a kick returner that can take the top off. They need a kicker. I still don't trust Bagley. People got mad because I said on the forum, that the kicker was a reason that we missed the playoff. Yeah, he missed some key kicks. He missed the kick on Thanksgiving. People forgot. I don't forget shit like that. You know, I don't forget shit like that. But yeah, he can get better. You know, we team Jake Moody over here, but just because you was a great college kicker, don't mean you're gonna be a great National Football League kicker. But I do, but people treating Jamaal Williams like he was Barry Sanders, I get it. And somebody got to step up and be that vocal leader. You hope Anazorki get healthy. Pascal brings some leadership, but he got to get healthy and play. Aiden Hutchinson seemed to be like everything and some. Walker kind of seemed to kind of been a defensive leader. So Jeff Okudah seemed to like if he could step it up, he could be somebody that be vocal. Get some candidates there. Taylor Decker seemed to be one of the team leaders. Offensive linemen are more reserved. St. Brown, never know. Jameson Williams might be the flash as far as the flashy guy of the team. But they definitely build something special. You said Eckler to Atlanta plus Swift to the Chargers, Lions, a second rounder. Probably won't even cost you that much because you got to pay him, and he a running back. Derrick Henry still out there. Really Derrick Henry for a team that's on the cusp of trying to do something, but his value not there because he's 29 years old. He just had a major injury a couple years ago. So if you get rid of Derrick Henry, shit, man, you're not gonna get a first or a second. You might get a second for him, but Derrick Henry for somebody like Kansas City, even Detroit, with Derrick Henry. But you got to understand it's a 2-year window. 3 if you lucky. So I don't think he would go that route. Austin Eckler, good player. Love his story. Tough. Be a great fit with David Montgomery. Both of them gonna keep each other fresh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a great fit with what he can do. I would be all for it. I think they was gonna go after Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley if I had to be real. I think that's who they was gonna go after, bro. Real talk. Said Tajay Spears did a video on the kid. Yeah, Tulane kind of building something down there in Louisiana. Lions done that shit's a rap. Was Bloomfield legend? Who Don Ed? I don't know who that is. I love Bijan Robinson and Zach Charbonnet. He said, "You think Trent Simpson will be their 18? That dude from Clemson. I just know he's an athletic one. Yeah. That's his name, Trent Simpson. Usually inside linebackers usually tend to go, right. The really good ones tend to go right in the middle of the first round or second. You look at guys like Fred Warner, who went a little bit later. I think Navarro Bowman went a little bit later. Patrick Willis kind of went 10, 11, but he was a fucking freak athlete though. His story. His story about his dad is real sad too, bro. A lot of people be trying to fill that void. Imagine, having a dad that you can't, that don't want nothing to do with you. Shit wild. Shit wild as hell, man. Go check out his story, bro. I know shit get hard to tell. I just be like, no light gonna be at the end of the tunnel. Night don't last forever. Even in Alaska when it's been like 3 months of dark, whatever it is. Or somebody got it harder than you. So but yeah. He might. He said he benched 25 reps too. So he might not. But he gonna learn behind Anazoni for a minute. So Donovan Edwards. Oh yeah. Donovan Edwards. Oh yeah, he a problem. What's the kid name that Blake Corum? He would have won the Heisman that day versus Ohio State. No disrespect to Donovan Edwards. Remember he had a broken hand. He would have won the Heisman. He got robbed of the Heisman, bro. Real talk. He got robbed of the Heisman. That hurt. Bro. That hurt. He got robbed of the Heisman, bro. That hurt. But J.J. McCarthy looking physically good too, bro. Michigan just didn't. They had to go get better on the outside. Simple as that. And Harbaugh got to be better in big games, or be better in the college football playoff games. But they got to get better on the outside. Patrick Willis is the best linebacker in the last 2 decades behind Ray Lewis, who he would play longer. I know injuries ain't worth it. Yeah, he walked away. Navarro Bowman was a good running mate with him too. Yeah, he was a freak athlete, bro. Freak athlete. people are sleeping on the studs in this draft. I mean, yes, I mean every draft is going to be good players. Can't lie about it. Ones you see and ones you don't see. Joey Porter's son out there too. Joey Porter Jr. 6'2.5". Yeah, man, you can't. That's probably a lot of potential you're looking for. A lot of people like the Lucas Van Ness guy out of Iowa too. I hear about him. Iowa always got some good dogs in the trenches. Brian Brees. I mean, heard he was better before the injuries, so he might be somebody that the Lions might look into. He's physically impressive too. 6'5.5", 298. Slippery guy. I like him a lot better there than there. So I mean, it's value all up in here. Maisie Smith climbing up the board a little bit. It's value. It is value all through there. It's value all through there. So, I just want to see how they gonna. I mean, when you look at the Lions, bro, they don't really have a like. When you look, it ain't no glaring weakness, bro. When you look at what Brad Holmes has done, like you don't like the thing where other GMs kind of like failed at in Detroit. Well, you kind of knew, even though they was trying to be secretive, you kind of knew what the fuck they was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You knew with Brad Holmes, what he didn't did, you don't know what they're gonna do. He got a bunch of picks, right? He got a bunch of picks. And you look at the need, right guard no longer need no more. You got Glasgow, right? Still got High Tie. You start looking, right now with DJ Shark, that's like the only thing you looking at. Yeah, you got Cephas and Khalif Raymond, but you don't want to drop off. You don't want to use drop off and just be dependent on Jameson and Josh Reynolds. So you want somebody to go up and get them 50-50 balls or take the top off deep. So right now, that's the position that's in flux. Running back, they can say, well, we can count on DeAndre Swift again. They've done it the last few years. So people probably say, well, they probably not that interested in running back. You look across the defensive, front seven, you probably say they probably need a defensive linebacker to learn behind Anazoni. But they can do so much. They can do so many things, bro. Secondary is good. They still can, use Christian Gonzalez because a lot of the guys they depending on, like Chase Lucas, you can cut them. The McCain guy, they got him. They can cut him. They can still move Jeff Okudah. He can have value. They can get rid of Jerry J. They can make room. Even across the defensive end, when people say, well, they stack a defensive end, they can make room. You know what I'm saying? Kaminsky not making that much money. Austin Bryant is tremendous on defense, on special teams. That's where his value hold at. You always can move. You can move 1,000 different guys around. It's going. They don't really have a glaring need. If I had to say they needs, like the glaring ones, they just got to continue to find guys with athleticism. They got to find a guy in the backfield that can really run with speed. They got to find a kick returner. They got to find a kicker. You got to get more athletic in the front seven, no matter if it's interior, if that's inside linebacker. That's really just athleticism, especially if you don't bring back DJ Shark. That's huge. You need somebody to stretch the defense with Josh Reynolds and with Jameson Williams. So yeah. So just guys just gonna continue to learn behind certain guys, but don't be surprised if Romeo Charles here still don't get cut, because them young Lions come to eat, bro. They come to eat. The James Houstons of the world, the Kaminskis of the world, and whoever they bring in. So defense has got upgraded. Offense, really the only thing you really can think of offensively, is the quarterback position. A lot of people like Hendon Hooker. That'll carry on the tradition of drafting another ACL injured person. But Jared Goff give you the fortune away. I mean, some people say, well, nationally, people say that the icing on the cake was just getting Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't mind. Like I said, I'm for it. I'm not gonna harp on it. Easily, they would be the most primetime team of even more of the 49ers. They'd be more primetime than the 49ers. Easily. They'll have a bunch of primetime. 49ers returned 19 to 22 starters. And they added Hargraves from Philadelphia. So I think they are the leaders of the pack. Philadelphia, you probably expect him to slip a little bit. You pull for Jalen Hurts, he still ain't get paid. Everybody worried about Lamar. I think Joe Burrow's eligible to get paid. Herbert eligible to get paid. I think people waiting to see what Lamar gets. And his job is to reset the market. I mean, that's the only true upgrade that you really looking at, honestly, bro. Like glaring upgrade for them is just preparing to move on from Jared Goff or moving on from Jared Goff. Other than that, everything else, running back, it's minor. I like what they had tight end. I'll think about kind of Dalton Schultz. He just signed to Houston. If you get offensive line prospect you like a lot, maybe, but they're in a great position, bro. They're in a tremendous position, a depth, and now for them it's just getting kickers and athletes. That's it. You gotta just get more athletic. So that's all I really can say. I think Caleb Williams deserves the Heisman. Bro. I'll tell you this, bro. Blake, he didn't deserve. He won the Heisman by default. Didn't they lose to Utah again? He won it by default, bro. Had Blake Corum played in that Ohio State game, they couldn't deny him. They couldn't have denied him. He won the Heisman by default. He didn't deserve shit. It wasn't nobody else to give it to. Just being real. Hell of a player. Leaker Riley don't believe in defense. Nolan Smith will be an all-pro. If he converts to outside linebacker, freakishly athletic. Yeah, he is really athletic. Benjamin Foster salute. He's the he ran what he 4.39. Well, what he an edge? Yeah. I thought that motherfucker was a linebacker. He an edge. 41.5-inch vert, yeah. But you got to make sure you can run fast. You got to make sure he got the hips. Michigan gonna be straight next year though. My West Bloomfield guys got y'all. Ben Foe. He said no Smith for but you gotta be able. You talking about position changes. There's a lot to go into that. So, but yeah, Georgia, man. Kirby Smart, man. He didn't build the motherfucking animal over there, bro. He didn't build the animal. He didn't build the animal over there, dog. Like, man, Georgia. Like, I don't even hate Georgia, bro. I just know all the turmoil and all the bullshit Georgia went through. In the state of Georgia went through getting winning championships. I think the Braves got over the hump. Georgia finally got over the hump. They had been on a drought, and then the Super Bowl kind of broke their heart too, man. So yeah, I kind of know everything they went through. But yeah, appreciate y'all, man. This will be on Anchor in the morning and whatever they call it. I mean, Spotify in the morning, be on Anchor too, whatever they call it. And now, man, we can watch it on YouTube and check out the Lines 101 playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.